Hello friends, welcome to Gurucharan Science weekly current affairs session. In this class, we are going to discuss about the various Karnataka current events which happened in the last week, 4th week of the month June. So starting with the first issue, the government of Karnataka has decided to initiate Campa International Awards. The first edition of the Campa International Awards has been taken place, and the government of Karnataka has selected 3 persons, Narayan Murthy, Prakash Padukone and SM Krishna, to be honored with the Campa International Award. So this is the first time that the government has taken this initiative. So as all we know, the Campa family, Nada Prabhus of Yelahanka, they are called as, the Campa family is considered as the founders of the modern Bangalore. So in order to remember them and their contributions towards the building the modern Bangalore, this award has been initiated, and it will be presented on June 27th, which happens to be the 513th Kempegowda Jayanti. Okay, and to commemorate this event, this award will be given to these 3 eminent personalities. So as all you know, the Narayan Murthy is a pioneer in the software field who is responsible for the foundation of Infosys. Prakash Padukone, he hails from Karnataka, and also he represents badminton. He has represented badminton in the various world competitions. So he is a badminton player. And the SM Krishna, so he was the former Chief Minister of Karnataka and also considered as one of the pioneer personalities who has redesigned Bangalore to make the Bangalore as an IT hub, or to make the Bangalore as the Silicon capital of India. So this award carries 5 lakh rupees as a honorary to this award. The persons who have been selected for this award are being selected by a committee. The committee was headed by Prakash. Apart from this, there are various other personalities involved in this committee, such as TV Mohandas Pai as a member, and also Balasubramaniam, who is the chairman of Vivekananda Youth Movement, and the member secretary will be the Kempegowda Development Authority Commissioner will be the member secretary, and also the one more person, Shankar Lingegowda, who is the former IAS officer, ex-IAS officer, who is also a part of this committee. This committee has given a task to find out the persons who can be given the award. So these are the things which you need to understand with regard to the Campa International Award. Moving on to the next topic, it is regarding to the exclusive park for specially abled children. So why it is in news? Recently it has been opened. Okay, and why it is so much important means it's the first of its kind in India. So this park is exclusively designed to suit to those type of children which are specially abled, so that the park has been designed to cater their needs and help those children to interact with the nature, with the animals, and also learn with fun, what they call it as, and also help them to exposure to the nature, and make these children also enjoy the facilities which are available in the various existing parks. So this tech has been developed with assistance from the Mindtree. It is acting as helping partner which has made contribution for the development of this park. This park will be has been opened in Kabban Park. Okay, the government has given 1 acre of land where the park has been designed to suit the needs of the specially abled children. Moving on to the next aspect, so it is regarding to the organic farming. So it is in news, the government of Karnataka has signed a memorandum of understanding with 2 entities in order to promote the organic farming. So organic farming, which all of you know, is a type of farming where there is no usage of the pesticides and other insecticides and other organic fertilizers. So it majorly focuses the chemical fertilizers, which it majorly focuses on the organic manure and organic fertilizer to grow the crops. Here the government of Karnataka has signed memorandum with Indian Institute of Management Bangalore and also Sabiksha. It is a multi-state cooperative society. Apart from this, what is unique here is the government is promoting the organic farming, and also wanted to promote the self-help groups, women-led self-help groups. So these initiatives will help the self-help groups of women-led self-help groups. So it will help in creating the employment, providing them financial assistance so that they can lead the respectable life in their rural area and empower the women. So you can add these points in your GS paper 2 also. What are the initiatives government has taken to empower the women, or the socio-political paper where you can also quote the initiatives. So these are the various things which the government has initiated to strengthen the organic farming. Simultaneously it will also strengthen or empower the women. Moving on to the next aspect. So it is a GPU based algorithm. This algorithm was developed by Indian Institute of Science to develop a unique type of algorithm. It is based on graphic processing unit. It is based on machine learning, which will help in better understanding and predicting the connectivity between different regions of the brain. So brain consists of different regions, okay. As we know, it is made up of various parts such as cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. So like this, there are various regions or organs inside the brain, and brain is considered as the master organ of the human body, which does the various n number of functions. In order to understand the functioning of the brain, different regions of the brain, this algorithm has been designed. This algorithm will majorly help in calculating the data generated in the brain. As all we know, the structural and functional units of the brain, or the axons or the neuron cells, what we call them. So neuron cells, which are majorly we call them as axons, will generate millions together of data through the electric impulses. So this is how the mode of transformation happens in the brain to the different organs, different sensitive organs of the body. In order to understand that and to calculate how the information is flown within the brain among different axons, this algorithm has been developed, and the algorithm has been named as the real life. It means regularized, accelerated, linear facial evaluation, which will analyze data over 150 times faster than the existing one. So it will help us in better understanding of the brain functionality and to understand any disorders related to the brain, or to foresight or to predict any disorders which may happen in the brain. So this you can correlate to the technological evolution, how technological evolution has helped in science and technology. In GS paper 3 also you can add on. For the objective, for the prelims point of view, you need to understand what the algorithm is called about, and it is developed by the Indian Institute of Science. Moving on to the next current event. So it is called as HFM disease, HFM disease, or hand, foot and mouth disease. So it is in news because in Bangalore and surrounding regions, there is a sudden spurt of cases among the children, which is called as hand, foot and mouth disease. So what is it? It is a viral disease, and it is caused by a group of viruses called as enteroviruses, and the various symptoms include here is fever. There will be a painful blisters. You can see here the blisters in regions such as hand, foot and mouth. In these regions the blisters will appear. So it will have a pain, very paining sensation, and the child will have fever, chills, cold and cough. This disease is highly contagious, means it spreads from one person to person very rapidly. So like the hand contact may be through saliva, through stools or respiratory secretions. Through any mode it can spread from one child to other child. Children are more prone to this disease, especially children below 10 years and 6 to 10 years are more prone to this disease. The treatment includes the normal antiviral drugs and also some pain relieving drugs which can be given to this disease so that it can die down. So normally it takes 7 to 10 days to for a child to recover from this disease. The best way to avoid this is to keep hygiene and to regularly wash their hands and mouth, and to keep distance from the persons who are infected by this disease. So from the examination point of view, you need to understand what type of virus or whether it causes this, what is the symptoms, so how it spreads, and the treatment included. So this is what you need to understand with regard to examination point of view. Moving on to the next aspect, it is regarding to Samvad. So it is in news because this initiative Samvad has been published in Lancet journal, the renowned world medical journal. In the Lancet, this initiative has been published in the magazine. So this Samvad stands for Support, Advocacy and Mental Health Interventions for Children in Vulnerable Circumstances and Distress. So this is an initiative started by the government in order to give support to the adolescent children with regard to the mental and health and provide the required protection and support services to the age group of children which comes under the adolescent group. So this initiative was started by the NIMHANS, okay, situated in Bangalore. Then in 2019, Ministry of Women and Child Development, Government of India has taken over this program, and it has made a part of the government strategy itself in order to support and protect this age group. So this is an integrated approach for child well-being. So it has a various coordination and collaboration with the various departments so that it will track the children who are under the distress situation and support them when they are in the distress, and also not only physically but also mentally they can be supported and they can give the better access with maybe financial, with educational and all other support required services are provided. So this program is considered as one of the major initiatives, and it has given very true results. So it has given where the children are in distress now have been regained from this distress, and they have done excelled in their fields, various educational growth, and they have achieved something in their lives. So this initiative has been appreciated by the World Medical Journal, that is the Lancet. So that is in news. So you can understand what is Samvad. It comes under the Ministry of Women and Child Development. It is an initiative started by the NIMHANS where it majorly focuses on the child, adolescent, mental and health protection support system. So it is a majorly approach of what we call it as the child well-being. Moving on to the next aspect, it is regarding to the Huntington disease. So why it is in news? It is in news because recently the health department, health secretariat in the Karnataka state government, which we call it as Arogya Sauda, has lightened its building with the message called as Huntington disease. Why it has lighted? It was lighted to create awareness among the public about this disease. What is this disease? This is a rare disease and it is an inherited disease, means it comes from the inheritance, from father to the son or from the grandfather. It forms from generation to generation. So it is a inherited disease. What it impacts? It impacts brain. So it is a neurological disorder. It causes impact to the brain so that the cognitive and psychiatric disorders will appear for a particular person, so that his physical, mental and behavior decline will start. There is no cause or particular reason why it happens. It is majorly a inherited disease, and the disease may occur to a person at any point of his age. It may appear at 20 years, 30 years or 40 years. At any span of one's age, this disorder may appear. There is no specific treatment for this disease. Only symptomatic treatment can be given so that these disorders can be reduced. So when the person gets to know the disorder early, it will be better to cure the disease. So early detection or early awareness or creating awareness among the person to detect this disease at a very early age is very important. That's why the government has lightened the state secretariat with a message giving about the Huntington disease. That's why it is in news, and we need to understand what type of disease, symptoms, spread and all the information related to this disease from the examination point of view. Moving on to the next aspect, it is regarding to Gurucharan Committee. So Gurucharan Committee is a committee set up by the government of Karnataka to look into the state power sector reforms. First is to restructure the power sector, and second is to initiate a second generation power sector reforms in the Karnataka state government with focus on the power sector. So Gurucharan is an ex-IAS officer, is a single man committee which has been given a task to restructure the state power sector and to look into the second generation power sector reforms. The various recommendations that the committee has given to the government are, so the various areas which has been identified this committee, which is considered as the problematic areas of the power sector in Karnataka. First is, it highlighted high power purchase cost. The power purchase cost done by the government is very high. That is one of the reason why the various ESCOMs or various power sector is in debt. Then inefficiency in operations. So distribution, what we call it as transmission distribution losses. So inefficiency in the operations. Then free power supply. So majority of our free supply goes to the agriculture IP sets. That is also one of the area. Inequitable tariffs. So tariffs are not equitable. They have tariff rate fixation is not equal. Then unmetered energy. There is various parts of in Karnataka still we don't have a meters. So these are the various problems areas that the committee has listed in order to set right this power sector. So what are the recommendations it has given? It has given various recommendations such as conversion of IPs, the irrigation pump set subsidy into the funded liability, so that the funding part, that is deficit part on the state government, will be reduced from this. And agriculture development fund, to create a separate agriculture development fund, so that that fund amount can be directed to the IP sets. Then complete separation of the agriculture feeders. Still the government has taken this, but it has not been implemented in true manner, means still there is no separation of feeders. So we need to clearly separate the agriculture and non-agriculture feeders. Then rationalization of tariff structure. The tariff structure is not rationalized. We need to rationalize the tariff structure. And it also talked about setting up of viability gap funding, so that whenever there is a gap, so that there should be an entity so that it can fund the power sector reforms. So these are the various recommendations that the committee has given to the government of Karnataka, and government of Karnataka still given some more time, and it has extended the term of the committee to look into further what are the reasons, what are the problems that power sector is facing, and to come up with the various scientific recommendations. So these are the various Karnataka current issues which have happened in the 4th week of June. You can use these points for your mains answer writing also in the GS paper 2 when it comes to economical part. You can also talk about this, and also in the energy sector also you can talk about. So these are the various events which have happened in the 4th week of June. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching this video.